Okay, I'm back. Since it won't stop raining so I can get any real work done, I am going to play with electricity for a little while. I have wires and batteries and oh, it's just a disaster over there. We'll just come back to front and center and we'll play with wires. This is hooked up to my battery just for playing. I searched the internet high and low, swearing after looking at every other van build on the planet that I was not going to do any type of rope string lights, whatever you call it. I wasn't going to do that because everybody else is doing that. So this is what I ended up with. Yeah, it kind of looks vaguely like what I said I wasn't going to use. And it kind of is. Inside there, it comes on a little spool. And if I can find the end of the spool, it essentially is just wound on there like that. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. The bottom line is that I did a lot of searching, and ultimately the flexibility of the product is why I ended up using it, even though it isn't something that I really initially wanted to do. So it is a very versatile product, and it is flexible. You can do any kind of shape. You can contour furniture, all different things. You can also cut it to length. If you look here, I will try to point this out. This right here where I'm pointing, that's your positive and your negative contacts. You can cut it with a pair of scissors anywhere in the middle there, and you can make any size piece that you'd like. I mean, literally any size piece. Up to as small as 3 LED lights, 1, 2, 3, to the full 16-foot length, which is what I bought here. It's very, very versatile. Okay, I will try not to blow myself up here, but what you have here is actually a factory end with 3 LEDs, and I'm going to attempt to light it to show you what I am talking about. Here goes nothing. It lit for a second. There we go. See that? 3 lights. This here we have, I think probably about 13 feet left on here. And we will direct hot wire this just to show. That lights up and it does its thing. All different sizes. It's fantastic. You can do edges, counters, all kind of things. You can cut it to any length you want, and it's just really very, very practical, very useful, versatile product. So after you cut this to length, you will need a connector to run this into. This is very basic, positive, negative, and you can also take an online fuse. This comes this way. You cut it, you splice it back, that runs into your positive. Your fuse goes into here, that goes to your battery, to your switch, to wherever it goes. Anywho, safety, yada yada, blah 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 blah. This is a switch. Doesn't have good lighting here. This is a little more complex. You can actually get a simpler one with just a positive and negative, or positive and ground. This one here has a red light on it, and that requires the 3rd switch. So essentially, you take the piece that I just lost. Okay, I lost it in my left hand. Don't ask. This has 2 pins, positive, negative. This is positive and negative. You look, if I see the markings, you line these copper tabs up here, and you put this in. There's actually a little slot this can go into and above, and this snaps down. I'm not actually snapping it, but that's all there is to it. And then you can hook your positive and negative to a battery, and it will light. Obviously, you will want on-off switches and fuses and all that good stuff in line, but that's the basics of how this works. Cut it to length, put it in there on these 2 pins, and it works. Okay, so what we have here is this piece is about 4 feet long, and I'm using it to go underneath the counter above the stove and sink, kind of area lighting for that. And this is wired in with this connector, and then I am running into the switch I showed you earlier, and here's your positive, negative from the strip light, and this is your positive and negative going to the battery. This shares this pole so that it's grounded, so that your light turns off. You could get a simpler 2-pole without a light, but this right here, essentially it throws a light when it's on, and it's what I ordered. The price was good. I ordered like a dozen of them, something to that effect. So what we are going to do is we're going to wire these ends. Okay, so this zip wire, 12 volt, splits apart, and then I have my handy dandy backwards tools, and that strips the wire. These are really nice. If you're going to do any wiring, this right here, it's a Klein tool. It's a wire stripper. These are really nice. It saves a lot of headaches. Anywho, so we have positive, negative, and then our test switch we're using, you can see positive on the left, ground on the right. We will take these here and touch them together, and everything lights up. This is our switch, and you can see on here, if we get that rope light out of the way, it might actually work better. You can see this is the light. It lights up when it's on, turns off when it's off. It lights up, it turns off. That is what the 3rd pole on here is for. If you want something simpler and you don't want that little light, just get the 2-pole, and you don't have to worry about that. And that is really all I have on this video. If you have any questions, ask somebody else, because I don't know anything. All right, take care. Bye.